We're going down! Just kidding, it's intentional. Greetings friends and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program! It's been a while since I did one of these. I had a slight problem with my save file. I think it got kind of messed up. I tried a whole bunch of things to get it to fix and they all didn't work. But 1.0.4 seems to make it work. I don't know why. Magic, probably. Anyway, last time I left you, we had just successfully landed on Duna, successfully landed on Ike, and launched a couple satellites. And we have the mothership here in this really wonky orbit. So now I'm faced with the challenge of getting these guys up off the planet and moon into some kind of orbit to rendezvous with the mothership. And this kind of orbit here does not make that easy in the least. The real choice here is, do we want to make the landers achieve this orbit and rendezvous with the mothership, or do we want to make the mothership a little bit easier to rendezvous with by making it kind of more circular? And I think that's probably the best choice. Make the mothership a little bit easier to rendezvous with. So to do this, we're gonna switch back and try to get this a little bit more circular. Alright, the way I'm going to circularize the orbit is aerobraking. Try to save a little bit of fuel. Someone asked in a comment if I could explain aerobraking a little better. I'll probably do that in a short video so I can be a little more in-depth, but I'm going to do a little bit of aerobraking right now. No, I'm not. I don't have any control of this thing. I don't think anyone's in the pilot seat. See, which one of these guys is a pilot? Any of these a pilot? I have no actual pilots. Fantastic. I'm really glad I planned this so well. Gonna have to do all of this manually. What could possibly go wrong? Alright, lined up retrograde. Let's get our apoapsis just a little bit into the atmosphere, and I'll do aerobraking to slow down the orbit. Ta-da! There we go. Get the periapsis down to the atmosphere. Hopefully it's not too far. I really hope it's not too far. I guess last time I made the opposite mistake. I didn't do it far enough. I have no electric charge. Fantastic. Oh, I didn't put solar panels on this thing. That was a bad idea. Wow, I'm glad I was so careful making sure I didn't forget anything. Here we are, falling into the atmosphere. So basically what I'm doing here is using air resistance to slow me down, because I have this really weird looking orbit. And as I slow down here, it's going to bring the apoapsis in. You see it's shrinking already? Yeah, that's the goal. The goal is to get it down, kind of into this area, and then get out to apoapsis, speed up, get a circular orbit. Alright, up, we're tumbling. We are tumbling through the atmosphere. I would say this is not good, but really I don't know. I think we'll probably be fine. Just as long as we don't slow down too much. Power for no reason! Yep, we really don't have a pilot or SAS or the ability to maneuver in the atmosphere, so this is all kind of, I don't know, a guess. It's like I'm daring the atmosphere to kill me. I dare you, planet. Do your worst. Probably shouldn't do that. Again, cool shot though. Look at that. We're going down! Just kidding, it's intentional. Doesn't mean it's gonna work. This is always a really tricky maneuver, and it's kind of also more tricky because they keep changing the aerodynamics models, so I can't, guesstimate what's a good amount. What I used to do was quick save, and then go through the atmosphere, come out the other side, see what happened. And then if I needed to, I'd reload the quick save and adjust, but I can't do that. I turned off the quick saves. Alright, looks like we're heading back up. Heading back up indeed. I shot for a periapsis of about 22,000 meters or something. Seems to have worked. I don't know. And I think we're flying over our actual lander. Look at that. 30 kilometers below us. There they are. Quick, shout. Shout really loud. Can you hear me? Flash the lights. On, off. Signal. I don't know, whatever. Check it out. We have brought the orbit down. Perhaps a little too far. Whoops-a-daisy. Apoapsis, time to bring that orbit up out of the atmosphere. One of the more recent updates is a change to how heat works. So remember before I was really worried that all this was going to get too hot and my ship was going to explode? Well, now I don't have to be so worried. It's kind of nice. I can just run it full throttle. Maybe not forever. It'll probably overheat eventually. And bing, that's probably good enough. About 500,000 meters, about 500 kilometers up. That should work. Alright, which one should we take off first? I think we should do this one. This one will probably be the hardest to get up off the ground because of the atmosphere and it's a larger source of gravity. So let's try this one. Fingers crossed. Alright, so here we are. The sun is setting? Is that setting? I think the sun is setting or something. We're in. We are in. Looks like all of our engines are already ready to go. Let's check my staging. Always check your staging, kids. You'll end up dead. Quite dead. Alright, here we go. Say your prayers, but in a good way? I'm sure it'll go fine. Okay. Oh, you're a pilot. You got SAS. Jeez. 3, 2, 1, go! Blast off! Away we go! Didn't I have engineer? Let's get that landing gear up. Alright, so far so good. Getting the apoapsis up out of the atmosphere already. That's pretty good. I'm really happy that these fins here didn't flip us around backwards. I was actually pretty worried about that. Looks like my mothership orbit is a little bit slanty. I want to make sure I match that as best as possible. Still going good. Man, we're not even close to out of fuel yet. There, that's pretty close. Pretty close. I'm surprised that went so well. Now we just gotta circularize this thing. We'll be ready to dock. We have achieved orbit. And there. That'll give us a nice easy dock. Fix this node. Whoops, fixing it the wrong way. My bad. I take it back. Go the other way. Oh, that was just screwing me up really bad. Alright, time warp time! Our orbits. They're so close, we are not catching up to them very fast. I hope whoever's sitting on Ike right now brought a couple of games with them to kill the time. This is gonna be a while. We're getting closer. Almost there. I think one more orbit will probably do it. Adjust with the thrusters. Alright, here we are. Look at how close we are. Less than a kilometer away. We're coming in. You know what I'm going to do on our way in? I'm going to start transferring fuel. So now there's no fuel in this thing. We can say bye-bye. Goodbye, space junk. I hope you enjoy orbiting Duna for the rest of forever. Now this lander looks totally different, doesn't it? Just lost 2 engines, but it gives it a whole new vibe. Alright, now where am I going to dock? I'll dock over here. Coming in nice and easy. Actually coming in too fast. Too fast. Slow down. Alright, I'm definitely not coming in straight. Save me, magnets! Not too far, magnets! Well, that's right, the mothership doesn't have SAS. This is gonna be a little trickier. It's like an elegant space ballet, where everyone is drunk. Yay, and we docked somehow! So before we fly back, I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna take a bunch of this fuel and put it into the big ship, and then I'm gonna eject all the engines. Gonna dump all the extra oxidizer I can into these big tanks to further remove weight and help us out on the way home. Alright, there we go. Got all the everything transferred. Now to decouple. Goodbye, extra things I don't need anymore. Wow, I probably shouldn't be leaving quite so much space junk all over the place. It's a good thing I've literally never run into a space junk problem. But who knows? Who knows what the future may hold? We're gonna do the same thing basically with the other one. Alright, next up is this guy, Jebediah. He'll be fine. He knows what he's doing. Everything seems to be going pretty well this time, despite the fact that my game has crashed like 4 times so far. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go! Hope it didn't go crazy sitting on this lonely rock with nothing to play with. So do you promise me when we get back you're not going to go crazy and kill everybody? Whoa, that's a messed up orbit. Well, we're going to have to fix that. 18.5 degrees off. That's one heck of a... that is one heck of an eccentric orbit. We are going to have to fix this immediately. Beautiful. 0 degrees. This is going even better than the last one. Alright, let's try to get a rendezvous. Bingo! Rendezvous! Wow, I just cannot believe this is going so well. It seems like more things should be exploding. I don't understand. Now we're coming in again with a lot of unburned fuel. Look at that. I way overbuilt these things. Dock on the other side of the ship, conveniently the side facing me. This is all going uncharacteristically well. I can't believe it. We're gonna have to be more ambitious in our next mission. I guess 2 landers, 2 satellites, and a completely untested mothership wasn't risky enough. And nearly docked already? Docked! Huzzah! I'll just do that fuel transfer thingy I was talking about, and we'll be on our way! Alright, I think that's good. Now let's decouple some unnecessary parts. Goodbye! Man, so wasteful. Perfectly good tanks and engines just flying away. Alright, you guys look ready to go home, don't you? I know I am. See, if I start burning prograde now, my orbit will extend in that direction, which will hopefully shoot me off that way, which is retrograde of the direction Duna is traveling around the sun, so that'll bring my orbit down where I can meet Kerbin. You got that? Good. And away! Full throttle! Uh-oh. Nope. Thought I was going to hit some debris there for a second. Didn't exactly look where I was going first. Oh, there is a lot of debris forward. Huh. Well, let's just hope that doesn't become a problem. Fingers crossed. So who is flying this thing anyway? Cenarius! She can get some flying experience. Experience behind the wheel, or whatever you grab to fly a spaceship. The stick? Experience behind the stick? Is it like a joystick thing? Does she have a keyboard? I don't know, let's find out. Nothing. You got nothing. Oh no, joystick. Okay, yeah. Stick was right. Excellent. Look at that orbit extend. It's going fast. Wait for it. Almost. We broke orbit. Huzzah! And as always, I don't know if this is the correct time to leave Kerbin. No idea if we're gonna get any sort of rendezvous, but let's find out, shall we? Closer, come on. Rendezvous right there. Bingo. We only have to wait a year for that maneuver node. Well, at least they have each other for company, right? They can hang out and talk, tell jokes. They only got a couple years tops before they get back to Kerbin. Goodbye, crueler planet. You were worse than Kerbin. Didn't even have a swimming pool. Jeez. Talk about a warm welcome. It was cold down there. Alright, we are finally at the node. Finally. Oh, what are you doing? I don't want prograde. I want you to point at the node. You know, there's a lot less lag now that I have so many fewer parts. Makes the game run a lot smoother. Alright, let's get burning. 5 minutes of burn time. That is crazy, even with the less weight. I want to go fast. Go faster. Okay, new rule for the future. We're going to want at least double this amount of thrust. 240 kilonewtons in this big of a ship just ain't cutting it. This is ridiculous. We need more power. Uh-oh, we're overheating. Overheating already. Gotta throttle down. Also, heat sinks. They just added a new part to the game, like heat sinks and heat radiators. Unfortunately, I had launched the ship long before they came out with that update, so I just kind of have to putz around at half throttle to stop this thing blowing itself up. The next one, though, the next one's gonna have radiators. Assuming I unlock those parts. I don't know if I have or not. Alright, and we have an encounter! Let's try to get that periapsis a little lower, though. 60 million meters is a little bit high. Just a little bit. Oh, look at that! I have it all the way down to hitting the surface. I'm this far away, and I can get it that close. That's probably too close. I don't want to be that close. We're coming in, not straight, like usual. Not completely backwards, just a little bit off-center. Easy, easy peasy. I can fix this like nothing. Let's see, fix the off-center part. Now we gotta fix the slamming into the surface part. That's perhaps the most important part to fix. I mean, if we're voting on which is most important, I'd go with that. Alright, there we go. You hear that, guys? You're gonna air brake a mothership yet again. Alright, so I'm not going to come into the atmosphere quite that deep, to 41,000. From what I've been reading, all the aerodynamics changes are making air braking a little bit tricky. Like a little bit more risky, so I'm gonna pull that back up. 55. That's probably not going to slow me down enough, but I'll just use the engines or something. Okay, here we are, entering the atmosphere. Let's get pointed retrograde. Wow, look at all those thrusters go. It's a little bit excessive, I think. Oh, things are already heating up. Let's get some engine power here. Slow us down. Wow, we're going 3,600 meters a second. That's really fast. Come on, hold it together. A couple of these parts are getting really hot. I don't want anyone blowing up. The thing is, I don't know what part that is that's getting so hot. It doesn't tell me. It just says, hot! Part here, hot! Alright, we're almost back out into space. Let's see how we're doing. Not well. Not well in the least. That's gonna throw us right out of Kerbin again. Well, we're back in space, but luckily we have enough fuel. Woo! The fuel saved us! I'm gonna get this thing, down, maybe get it 1,000 kilometers up, and then detach the landers one at a time for them to re-enter the atmosphere, and then we'll land those, and then we'll circularize the orbit of the Grumpy Owl so we can refuel it and use it in future missions. Sound like a plan? I ask, knowing you can't answer me. Yeah, sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan to me. Alright, 2 million meters. Good enough! Alright, we are at apoapsis. Whoa, quit flailing around. You're fine. Don't worry about it. Alright, now what I'm going to do is eject this pod. You see, he's got all of his parachutes. They're still good because this one didn't pop its parachutes. I think this was the Ike lander. Goodbye, and then with the mothership, I will accelerate just a wee bit to get our periapsis up out of the atmosphere. Okay, we're kind of burning crooked because we got an unbalanced load here, so we're burning kind of crooked. But there, 70,000. Good enough. Alright, you ready, Jebediah? You're going to fall back to Kerbin. I hope you're prepared. You're gonna experience actual, like, breathable air again. And taxes and bills. You know, all the great stuff about living on a planet. Wow, it sure is heating up quick. It's ablatoring away. You're down to 781. I wonder what he can see. Just fire. What Looks like we're gonna splash down in this nice ocean. Let's hope the ocean doesn't have any sharks. Wouldn't that be a bummer to go all the way to Duna, do a whole mission on this moon, flying lonely through space, return safely only to be eaten by a shark upon landing. Alright, get ready to pop some chutes. Alright, coming in. Looks like you don't even need those other 4 chutes. I might not have to repack those after all. You ready? You ready, Jebediah? Taste sweet salt water yet again? Sploosh. Success! Recover vessel! 1800 science. Woo! Just from that one thing. Wow, he jumped to level 4. He was at level 1 before, I think. And we returned to Kerbin from the orbit of Duna. We got another 250,000 funds. We're back with a mothership at Apoapsis, or close enough, and I just ran out of thrusters. Fantastic! You know what that means? That means my burns won't be compensated for by thrusters. So we're gonna have to do this a really goofy way. Okay, how's this gonna work, you ask? Well, anytime the ship is sort of pointing prograde, I'm just gonna hit the engines. And it's gonna make us spin faster and faster and faster, and I'm sure everyone on board is gonna get really seasick. Or space sick, whatever. But it's gonna work. It's gonna work. I promise, kind of. Okay, go! Go! See, now we're spinning faster, but it got our periapsis just a little bit lower. Probably gonna do this only one more time. Okay, that's probably low enough. Alright, are we ready? And undock! Alright, now the rest of you in this mothership, I hope you have enough reaction wheels to spin this sucker around. Maybe bonk this lander a little out of the way while you're at it. There you go. Bonk, get lost! Go back to Kerbin! We don't love you anymore. Okay, he's going away. Now let's get our periapsis back up. And we have so much delta V left, 2100 meters a second. This thing has tons of fuel. Just don't have any thrusters, or maneuverability, or power. And there we go, back into orbit. Let's get Bob down to Kerbin, fulfill the rest of our mission. You ready to go home, Bob? I hope you are. You and Jeb can have a party without anyone else. Jeb's probably down there already, ransacking everyone's lockers, looking for cash. I bet he went through yours first. We're coming in over the desert. I wonder what's worse, shark-filled ocean or scorpion-filled desert? Where would you want to land? I'd probably go with desert, because at least you can get out and walk around. Alright, and low enough for parachutes. You gotta be going slow enough to do the parachutes. I usually wait till I'm down to like 200 meters a second, because if you deploy the chutes when you're going like 800 meters a second, they just rip right off, and then you crash to death. Wow, this guy is such a pansy. Look, you re-entered safely, you have your parachutes, you're coming to land in a nice soft sandy desert. What more do you want? Perhaps for the parachutes to open a little bit higher in the air? That was a little scary, I must admit. Alright, bonk! Touchdown! You made it! Come on, give me a smile. Nothing? You got nothing. Alright, let's go back. Recover that guy from this view because the other one crashed the game twice. Fantastic. So what do we got? 1400 science. Got 25,000 funds back, and Bob is now level 3! Yay! So now we have 3,600 science and 1.7 million funds. That's pretty awesome. Let's see what we can unlock with this. Everything? Can we do everything? Probably not. See, we should unlock, like, by tier first, right? What's this one? Tiny little engines? I don't know about that. A normal clampatron? Yes. Normal size docking port. Planes. I think I should do planes next. Planes would be fun. More planes. Ooh, space shuttle parts. That might be cool. I'm just gonna unlock a whole bunch of stuff. I have so much funds. Ooh, rover wheels. Look at that. We'll be able to make an actual rover. Let's get some science too, huh? Scanning. Scanning is good. More science parts. Bing! All done. We are out of science. We are now broke. I think we'll probably try to do this one next. Explore Eve. And I bet you I could do it with that Grumpy Owl mothership. I don't know. We'll find out next time. We'll check that out later. So with all of these funds that I'm just raking in, we should probably start looking into some space planes. What do you say? Whoa, that's pretty sweet looking. Isn't that cool? Probably can't build much though, because this is a tiny little shack that I need to upgrade. And we still have a dirt runway. I'll probably try to devise some kind of space plane that I can take up there, pick them up, and bring them back safely. That might be something fun for the next episode. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you want me to do. Do you want me to go pick up some people from orbit, or do you want me to go check out Eve? Eve is a cool planet. Let me know. Or do you want me to do something else? It's totally up for grabs. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see, and please leave a like or a comment regardless, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye! I'm back! Ow. Oh, he's got some fancy shields. I need to get me some of those. Heat lasers! Wow, there's not much of him left. Why can't I steer this thing? I have most of my wheels left. Maybe I just suck at driving. The way I designed this tank is so that, like, as things got blown off, it would expose guns behind that thing that got blown off, so I would always maintain this. I dare you, planet. Do your worst. Probably shouldn't do that.